welcome to Old Ways Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I'd like to welcome you to my backyard back behind my garden, and today I'm going to be harvesting red clover. Now, I don't know who called it red clover. Apparently they were drunk or colorblind because it's not red, it's definitely purple. But it goes by red clover. It's good to, you can eat it fresh. It's extremely nutritious, and you can dry it and make tea out of it. It's good for, if you wanted to make a medicinal tea, you would steep it with hot water. I'll have more information in the description box below on a lot more of the medicinal benefits of purple or red clover. I'm gonna have to watch myself. And you can make a tea out of it and drink it internally, but you can also use it externally as a tea and daub it on eczema, wounds, and so on. So now, this cool evening, thankfully, the sun has gone down behind the trees, so I am happy now. I don't feel like I'm melting just yet. And I'm gonna start harvesting because my other big patch of the clover, unfortunately, has powdery mildew on it thanks to all the rain that we've been having. And thankfully it hasn't touched this patch yet, so let's get busy. You want to make sure it's nice, good, and green. Make sure it doesn't have any powdery mildew on it. For those who do not know what powdery mildew is, see that white, what looks like powder on it? That is powdery mildew, and you do not want to harvest it. Oh, mosquito. That's why you have to be very careful how you harvest. And you also want to make sure that it's not around where animals might have used the bathroom. And, you know, that could be two-legged or four-legged as well. You want to check for bad leaves, bugs, and make sure that there is no powdered mildew. And be prepared to fight mosquitoes, apparently. going to pick you up and we're going to head down this way. Hopefully, this looks a whole lot better, so hopefully it is. Looks can be deceiving until you actually ride up on it. It's so thick back here I can't even get the camera to stand up. There we go. And of course it is not native to America. It was brought over by the colonists as a food crop for their animals. Before long, I'll have to, since it's coming down with powdery mildew, I'll have to weed eat it down because you're not getting a lawnmower through this. And then that way it'll replenish and grow back up. Now you can also harvest the flower buds before they flower. That's perfectly fine as well. It'll still have the medicinal benefits. Let's try to turn you without knocking the camera completely over. Now, there we go. A whole lot smoother. Now, if the flower heads are spent, just clip them off. You still will get the medicinal benefits from the leaves and stem. Just make sure that there's no powdery mildew. This makes a wonderful healing medicinal tea for many things. No, getting back into powdery mildew means I gotta turn back around. Might not end up with too much this time, looks like. It seems like powdery mildew, thanks to all this horrid rain, even though it's been bad, I guess we needed it. Powdery mildew is taking over. If you're not against what a lot of people call rabbit food, you can harvest these fresh and add them to salads as well. Huh, a double bloomer. But yeah, I don't know about you, but I was not taught that that's the color red. It sure looks like a lavender or a very light purple to me. And yes, to be honest, I'm nitpicking but having fun doing it. Pickings are getting slim because there is just powdery mildew. It wasn't like this 3 or 4 days ago. I guess I should have made my video then. And see where the leaves and stems are starting to grow further, that's fine to harvest as well. Because you want a good ratio of blooms to leaves. That way you get a well-rounded mix. Man, the mosquitoes are fierce back here. Let's get some younger, fresh leaves. And like I said, they're edible. You don't have to really cook them. You can if you feel better, but they can be, and with an animal pathway, they can be tossed in fresh for salads. Now here's something you might want to look out for too. You see how that leaf curls up and under and all kinds of ways? You don't want to use that because it's either malformed, it could be a soil deficiency, or it could be diseased. So it's better to be safe than sorry. I am struggling to get this basket full so I can have a nice full dehydrator. Oh, mosquito. I'm not the person you're looking for. Man, they're violent. Well, I see we still have some honeysuckle actually still blooming. I thought that was done well. There's a few more that I can harvest from. The pickings are starting to get really slim. But like I said, once I cut this down, it will pop back up even healthier. And I should get another flush. And so you'll know what I was talking about. Mosquito, leave me alone. Let's see if you can see it. I'll have to play with the camera, if it'll let me. See that? And this is a busy animal trail, if you can see, and it's not two-legged. Because I guarantee you the people around here think they will crawl around in the weeds. They're kind of scared of the weeds because of snakes. But there's one animal hole coming out of the weeds, which eventually I'm hoping to get my weed eater fixed so I can bush hog this all down and clean it up. But you can see the pathway where it comes out here. It goes that way, it comes back this way. Now I've trampled it down some, it comes back this way. And I'll show you another one. Just the camera. Let's see, there, let's see, is that the first one? You can't really see it. Let's see, there's the big one over there, and this is a little one right here. That could possibly be dogs, raccoons. This is likely raccoon. Been having a lot of trouble with stray pit bulls because people aren't responsible anymore, unfortunately. Alright, no soapbox. I gotta get back to harvesting. I just realized I've tap danced y'all people. Sorry, I've tap danced y'all all over this patch. I've had to pass up some pretty clover flower heads because of this wilt. Yeah, I need some trail cams so I can see what's going on back here at night. Let's see if I can find. Ooh, here's some promising ones right here. Well, y'all gonna be tired by the time I get through harvesting. Y'all done been all over the place. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and continue to harvest because people next door are getting a little too loud, and I don't want you people to have to suffer through that. And when I bring you back, we'll meet up once again in the dehydrator shed. Everybody, I'll see you at the wall. Hello and welcome back. We are now in the dehydrating shed, and I'm trying to get this part of the video done before the bottom falls out of the sky and you cannot hear me. Now I've already cut, washed, and slightly dried off my red clover. I have 2 of my trays in my dehydrator already full. And what you're going to want to do is just cut your clover up into pieces. And it's hot today in the shed. Whew, it's been a warm, muggy one. And now the humidity is even worse with the rain fixing to hit. And you don't have to cut your flower heads off up. You can leave those whole, they'll be fine. Most of it is trying to get the greenery cut down into smaller pieces. And like I said in previous videos, I tend to stack my dehydrators more than most people, because if I tried to put each piece in there individually, I'll be here forever trying to dehydrate. I've always done it this way, and it's always worked for me. Now, it might not work for you, but it's whatever makes you comfortable to do. Okay, I've got those cut down. Whew. I'm melting. On this one, I want a little bit stronger dehydrator because I know the humidity is up because I'm absolutely melting. Excuse me. And you try to save as much as possible. Waste not, want not. And of course, save your paper towels. Shake them off real good and save them to reuse. Okay. Now, I actually ended up with a full might as well say full dehydrator. And I'm using a Presto Dehydro food dehydrator. We bought it last fall, I think it was, at Walmart. And of course, I always plug my dehydrators into surge protectors, especially with storms coming. You definitely want to be safer than sorry. Now, I'm going to dehydrate this till they're dry. You want to make sure that they are completely dry but not over dry, because if they start turning brown, they lose their medicinal properties as well as they become oxidized, and you want them to stay green, and that way you have all the nutrients and the medicinal benefits in them. And I'm going to cut the dehydrator on here in just a little bit, because I'm going to wait until I turn the camera off, because I want you to be able to hear me. Now, I want to also say that all the medicinal benefits of the red clover, I keep trying to say purple and it's red. The red clover will be in the description box below the video. That way you can read more about the amazing healing benefits of red clover. And I will bring you back as soon as it's dehydrated, and I'll show you what all it looks like. See you in a couple hours or so. Okay, welcome back to the dehydrating shed. The red clover is beautifully drying. I've broken this one up. It's nice and dry and crisp. These are acclimating. This has acclimated already. And now, of course, as usual, I ran off and left a jar. So I will bag these up and put them in a jar as soon as I get home. I've just broken the blossoms up as much as I can. Broken the stems up, which are nice and dry. Thankfully, none turned dark brown. They're all nice and a dark green. Let's see if I can do this without making a giant mess. And since it's been raining, I'm going to close the bag up immediately. And of course, when I pressure seal them, I will put a moisture absorber in, because I'll be vacuum sealing them so there won't be any air inside. Which I need to get on making a video, so so y'all can see how to do that. Very simple and easy. You can hear the wonderful crunchy sound, which tells you that they are absolutely dry. Because if they're not completely dry, they will mold on you. You'll know really fast, within a couple of days or so, that it's not dried. And it's never a good thing to waste them. To go and find out that you have a big jar of a medicinal herb wasted because it wasn't as dry as you thought it was. And of course, the smaller pieces are great because they'll brew easier as well. And like I said before, I'll have all the information in the description box below. and also information on how to brew you a nice little batch of red clover tea. And right now we need to, unfortunately, be stocking back as much medicine as we can. And another good thing you always want to make sure, and I should have brought this up sooner, make sure that your cabinet top workspace is disinfected and very clean. And so are your hands as well. You want to make sure your hands are clean. You don't want any cross-contamination happening. Make sure y'all can see. And you want to make sure that your stems are very well dry, and especially your flower heads. And crumbling actually them up like this ensures that you'll get not only leaf, stem, but also flower petals in your batch of tea. You want a good mixture of all three. Whew. It's cool outside, but it's warm in this dehydrating shed due to this dehydrator going. This is a very powerful dehydrator. And I knew if I wanted these to be absolutely dry with all this rain we just had again, I knew I had to bring out the really good dehydrator. Not that that one's not good, but this one will dry them faster. And of course, you'll see on the bottom of the dehydrator, you don't want to waste anything. Every little bit counts. And if you hear that crunch, that's what you want to hear. There's a great big lightning bug on my... Oh, it just flew off. So if you happen to saw a great big flash, it was a lightning bug. I'm going to have to make sure it's out of the shed before I head out. Okay, I'm just going to do it this way. I should have done it this way from the beginning. This would have been so much easier. I'm just hoping with this rain that just moved through, I'm hoping we didn't get rain at the house because I have to get my garden in. Alright. And of course, before I jar it up, I'm going to make sure that it's broken up. The stems are broken up even better. Well, that job's done. Make sure I smush as much air out of the bag as I can. It's not my scissors are winding. Okay, well, out of all of that basket of, here, let me adjust the camera. Out of that basket that I harvested and the 4 trays of the dehydrator, I've got 2 full sandwich bags of beautiful dehydrated red clover tea. Or can say just red clover. Now see how simple and easy that is? Anybody can do this. You just need to be able to harvest the plant material and as well as have a dehydrator. I hope you find this video encouraging and that it inspires you as well to start dehydrating your own medicinal plant material. It's time to start putting back as much medicinal plants as you can because we need to save as much medicine as possible. Please click the bell notification so you'll be notified when I upload another video. Please click the like and subscribe button if you've enjoyed this video, and that way you can come along on other adventures with me and learning how to make your own medicine, how to harvest it, and definitely how to take care of it so you can put it up. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Everyone, take care, and may you each be blessed.